Welcome to The Average Rook. We are playing Hypnos, an indie first-person adventure game in development by Redlock Studio. You play as Choron, living in a fantastical, dreamlike realm and haunted by visions of a boy named Matthew. Your goal is to find the boy by exploring the nameless city. This game came onto Steam in early access on the 6th of May, and I was planning on playing this like a few days after that. In fact, I tried recording this twice, but every single point there has been something wrong with the audio, and I think that might have to do with this game weirdly switching audio sources. So just to be safe, I've put on my rotting headphones and I've plugged in the audio interface, and we're going to be operating the audio from that. So this will be an experiment to see whether the audio will cut in or out or not. For some reason, like, I can hear the audio just fine on the game, but for some reason it doesn't capture on the audio. Fingers crossed, everything works. So we're gonna do a new game. Current save will be erased. You wish to proceed? Yes. Okay. Now, fair warning, this is going to really aggravate my PC's graphics. I've had it on low. I've got everything pretty much on low with some things on medium, but this thing is going to heat up very quick. So I do apologize. I am not going to be boosting up the graphics any more than what it is. Only the emptiness and silence of a world gone. Gilhelm and Ignorisis 1.999 Chronicles of the Labyrinth. Okay, is the audio still gonna stay? Press any input to continue. Okay, it's still going. It always starts the same. Blackness, cold, rain, a path, and red brick walls. I walk. Alright. Now, I'm just going to stop. I'm just gonna check everything for just a moment. Okay, we're back at it. So, let's take a look at the controls. We can move with the directional key, well, the WASD keys, and move around with the mouse. We move relatively slow. If you want to run, you hold down the shift. And if you want to run even faster, you hold down the right click, which is a very weird way to sprint, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. So we just have to get through this redstone labyrinth and get to the end. There's a lamppost right there. Now, I do apologize if I rush through this game a little bit. I have played this twice already, trying to get the audio to work. So I will stop for like a few bits to show some stuff, because I really want to show you guys this game, because this game looks pretty damn amazing in terms of environments. So up ahead, we've got what appears to be, it kind of looks like the Tree of Yggdrasil in Fullmetal Alchemist. And also there is a shadowy person up ahead sitting on the ground, which kind of reminds me of Fullmetal Alchemist. So we just go close. The boy is there, so close. He's calling me. I can almost see his face. I hear footsteps behind me. A shot noise, the pain. Then darkness engulfs me once more. Matthew. Okay, let's get into it. Awake! Did I sleep long? A few hours. You seem agitated. You spoke in your sleep. May I ask how you plan on finding this boy you're looking for? The city is quite vast. I suppose I'll ask the locals. Good luck with that. The city's inhabitants can be rather peculiar. Ask about the city. Have you been there before? To the city, I mean. Yes, a long time ago. All dreamers eventually hear the call. So it seems. Okay, it sounds like my PC is building up again, which is very annoying, because I've got all the graphics down as low as I can. Everything you heard and more. Not all of them are trustworthy, as far as I know. Tell me more about you. My story is behind me. Jesus Christ. Shouldn't even be going that high. My story is behind me, but there isn't much to say about it. I'm just glad to see those places again. It brings back old memories. But now I walk the final path, the eternal return. And what about Kadath? This mountain is the crucible of destiny, where everything begins and everything ends, as they say. As they say. I hoped for a bit more than old sayings and stories. Sorry to disappoint my young friend. One must find its own truth on the path. Hum hum. You should go back to sleep. It will be a few hours before dawn. Don't worry, I'll watch over the fire. You sink back into darkness and start dreaming once again of a lonely, faceless boy who calls. Matthew. When you finally wake up, the fire remains, but the pilgrim is gone. You resume your walk in the shadow of the holy mountain. And thus begins our journey to wherever the heck we need to go. Alright, so let us make our way out of the cave, probably sprinting while we do so. Already we have something to interact with. This is a witness. It's got 4 faces on it in different expressions. And when we interact with it, we get this. And this basically becomes a warp point. So if you ever want to respawn back to it, you hold down the Q. The last time that I held down the Q button, it didn't work so well for me, but you know what? I'm going to try it out. Holding down the Q. Okay, so it ports back to the witness. I think the last time that I held down the Q accidentally, it might have been fixed in, because this game has had like a few hot fixes since its release, and since me recording this. And the last time that I tried this was like just about 1 to 2 days after it was released, when I held down the Q and then it ported me back into the redstone labyrinth for some reason. But now it seems to be working, and we can proceed as normal. Hold shift to run, hold shift, and right mouse button to click. Control to crouch, and then we've got another witness that we need to interact with, E. And we got ourselves another warp point. Now we can test out the zoom function. Press the middle mouse key, and then hold E to teleport to a sigil. So this will basically allow you to zoom to any special areas or any witnesses that you've already unlocked. You can teleport to each activated witness or sigil fully visible from where you stand. Holy crap, this looks absolutely beautiful. This is like the 3rd time that I've seen this, but it looks absolutely amazing from here. Now, the main reason that we ported here, I mean, there's no real way to get through, but the main reason that we ported here was just so that we can look back and see that there is a pathway that we can take. So we just have to do the zoom again and hold E to teleport. And then we just have to basically walk off the edge and onto the surface here. Now, this kind of looks like water, but it isn't actually water. As far as I know, it's like some sort of toxic slime, because the moment we step onto it, it's deadly. We don't get... Yeah, we have to... We basically port back to the last witness that we activated whenever we go off the edge, or whenever we step into something that we shouldn't have stepped into. We don't really have anything in terms of health. It's just basically one and done. Alright, I'm gonna have to... hold on. There we go. Oh, that wasn't enough, wasn't it? God damn it. Okay, jumping is a little bit wonky. I just gotta remember, I think I have my sprint set to toggle. But it will disappear if I stop moving. As long as I don't step in a slime, I should be okay. Assuming that is slime. I'm not exactly certain what that is. I think for all intents and purposes it is slime, but the liquid that we have in front of us here is actual water. Now this is showing up, and I've got the global illumination, one of the graphics settings, set to medium. When you have it set to low, all of this is just one big gray sheet. But we walk along the water to another witness. And then we've got another warp point, and then all we have to do is go straight ahead, while also looking at the very intricate, kind of very spooky looking statues there. It's like a skeleton sitting down that is also being embraced by multiple skeletal limbs. Our next tutorial part is sliding. We step onto this, and we can hold control to slide. We can do it while standing still, and whatever incline slope we're on, we just slide down easily. Alright, easy does it. And we are still sliding. Alright, we've got our first NPC to talk to, optional, and whenever we... Hold on. Okay, I think it's, whenever we have the action, whenever something shows up at the bottom, we also get some little eerie sound effect that happens along with it. But we talk to him. It's a pilgrim. Oh, pilgrim friend, hail to you in the nameless city. May the holy mountain watch over us. Kadath, Kadath. Say greetings. Greetings, pilgrim, although I am not of your kind. Lie, we are all traveling along the path. Before the door you will find your kind. Travelers travel towards the black stone. I cannot go any further, for fate has judged me unworthy. Carry my hopes to the god's gates. May they remember us. Farewell. May they recall us. The main character's got like a little bit of a sort of Hades Zagreus vibe to him. I want to draw your attention to the structures around this place. I've already played this like twice now, trying to record, and this game always looks amazing to look at. I mean, the cubic structures, it's kind of giving, like, it's like a mix of natural stone and like artificial creation. It's kind of giving NieR Automata vibes. Alright, we've got another witness here. And in order to get across from here, this isn't a warp point, no. You just have to do the zoom again. You don't want to press it again because what happens is it zooms into everything. Like in the microscopic scale. But now we are here and... Wait. Hang on. Oh, wait, no, I didn't hold down. Gotta hold it down properly for it to teleport. Across the gigantic hallway, we have another thing to slide down. A little rope bridge, we just hold down the control and glide as normal. And there we go. Now before we go up there, I just want to look at this a little bit for a second, because this caught my eye. This game is basically the sort of game where you can just explore around as you see fit, looking at all of the structures, talking to whoever might be there. Some areas don't lead anywhere, some areas might. And I just want to take a little adventure across here. Oh, is there any reason for me to be here? I could be going across these for no reason whatsoever. It's almost like a choose-your-own parkour game, I suppose. Unfortunately, I believe we have just run out of space. Or run out of space, sorry. So, how long will it take me to get to a point where it's going to insta-kill me? Or maybe I should just hold down the Q. And I just have to... Yep, I'm just gonna have to find another witness and port back. I'll cut back. Now, running up the slope. Our next destination is to that gaping void of a doorway. Got some kind of, like, Minecraft vibe to it, I suppose. Run up to it. This is as fast as we can sprint. It's always eerie trying to go through these things, because you know the old saying, when you stare into the void stares back. I don't think that's going to happen in this game, but it's still eerie to see. Okay, we move to this area. And we've got a gigantic white obelisk with 4 gigantic faces over it. And when we go to one of these black obelisks, we can talk to it.
You who enter the celestial realm, we are the Thousand Masks. Hear our words. The gods are indifferent, forgotten. The monarchs rule in their stead. They wait for the promised hour. They are foundations. 3 remain. The last brings the promised hour. Walk the path. The black stones are the way, for destiny awaits.
I think what those slashes are, and the like the choice of words, I think that's just like multiple masks that are speaking at the same time, which is pretty interesting if that were to be voiced. Run out of the doorway, and to another gigantic cubic open area. We open up this witness for another warp point, and then we've got what appear to be 3 doorways, but I think we can only access that one. In the 2 times that I've tried to play this, I haven't figured out how to get to there, so I can only assume that we either go backwards at some point, or maybe there's like a way that we can jump across or warp through there in order to get through that doorway. I don't quite know, because our main task is we need to get to the top of or just need to get into the mountain, the holy mountain of Kadath. And that's going to take a little bit of a while. I don't even know if we would get it through this one first impressions vid. My main goal is to try and get past the where I stopped the first recording that I tried to do for this before I worked out that there was something wrong with the audio. Okay, we've got another witness. Can I? No. I can activate that if I wanted, if I was close, but I am not, and I don't see any way for me to get close. I can't even get to that pillar of masks over there. So we're just going to have to proceed forwards from here. Up the stone blocks. We've got curious little creatures here that almost kind of look like the machines from NieR Automata. They don't notice us at all, so I think it's just fine to leave them be. So we'll just run through to the white void, and through we go to just outside the. I'm assuming. Whoa, it nearly crashed a little bit there. Outside the nameless city. It looks absolutely gorgeous for only just being a bunch of white and gray blocks with some domes on top. A weird structure there that I believe we'll see soon. And then the gigantic door. That is going to be our target. That is the entryway into, I'm assuming this is the Holy Mountain. A holy mountain that appears to be its own gigantic stone obelisk with some cubic structures around it. Some other floating ones here. This looks absolutely gorgeous, gotta say. Every time I look at this, it is absolutely amazing. And if you wanted to, you could explore all of this. That is, if you have the necessary ability to jump to them. I think we can slide down this by holding down the crouch. Yeah, there we go. Easy traversal. And the good thing is, we don't get damaged once we land on our Tulkas. So we just go over to, whoops. We run over to here. There is a blue obelisk that we can, actually I don't know if we can get to it from, probably not up that way. I think we have to go up this way. Maybe backtrack a little bit, and then we should be able to get to the blue obelisk. Now these blue obelisks appear to have like little bits of like lore information to them, if you're able to translate the information that is provided to you. Fragment of the Zothique. The gods awakened the last, eons ago, to a night of dead stars. Their questions meet silence, and so they despair. They wander the night and scatter the dust. They find a thing uncreated, a causal, a stone of onyx, a paradox made tale. The stone whispers, speaks of times of light, and so they hope. Yes, so it speaks in a little bit of a riddle, and if you're able to decipher it, then I believe it is an excellent story of the, there's like supposed to be 4 monarchs here. I don't know what created them, and I don't know what became of them. Running over to the witness here, activating it. And now that that is activated, we want to go sliding down here. You could also go across there if you wanted to talk to a person and also get another witness, but I don't necessarily need to. So I think we can just hold down the control. Yeah, there we go. And we just slide all the way down and hit the side there, and we are still running. Ooh, we've got some actual statues there. Some Greek or Roman ones. Running across here. I believe that just goes to a person that we can talk to all the way up there. But because I'm on a bit of a time crunch, we're going to ignore that and press this button to be taken down the elevator. I wonder how much of this is like primitive puzzles, and how much of this might be, because this, despite the, this feels like a sort of area that might have some spiritual or, well, we've already seen spiritual stuff with the witness, but maybe also some digital stuff too. It just, for some reason, it makes me think we're playing NieR Automata and we might find some tech. Now, we've got 2 pathways that we can take. There's one that leads to another blue obelisk for lore, and the other goes that way. We want to go I want to go this way. I've already seen that through another recording that I did. It's just lore. But if we go this way, we will come across a cutscene. And this one, I kind of like. You hear a plaintive voice and 2 others, deeper and more abrupt. On the path ahead, 2 armed men with menacing expressions are clearly about to rob a lone pilgrim.
Come on, hurry! You're wasting our time!
Please, I don't have anything! I swear on the stone I don't!
Stop whining. Everyone knows your Grimm's got enough to pay for the crossing, huh? So hurry!
Hello, hello?
Another Grimm. What do you want?
Harassing people so close to the city, even for some scoundrels, that's low.
And look at that. You wanna play the savior? You're gonna pay for the trouble, lad.
Come on, Pilgrim. These gentlemen are gonna go their way.
Hey, I don't think you understand, lad. Pick the wrong time. Give your purse or I'll rip your guts out.
How about you say hello to our little friend?
I don't think so.
Take your leave and we'll all call it a day. And he brings out a freaking gun. Our protagonist, I don't know if we're ever going to be using the gun, but he has a gun that looks pretty damn awesome while also looking pretty damn simplistic.
What are you gonna do with that iron bit, eh? Enough! Grab him, Garth.
You pull the trigger as Garth moves. There's a flash of shimmering light as his skull shatters, then his body. Vanishing as ashes in the wind, nothing remains. The second man watches the last particles of his companion disappear, then looks at the smoking barrel of the weapon. There is a spelling mistake right there. He flees, voicing his anger and fear through moans and curses. You holster your weapon and turn to the shaken pilgrim.
Young man, what did you...
Are you all right, sir?
Lieta, thank to you.
There's a spelling mistake there.
Bless you, but...
This weapon. Leave it. Have you come across a child on the road?
Well, no, not since the villages of Kamaz, which are far to the south. My last caravan didn't have one.
I see. Thank you anyway. Lai Sarash, take care of yourself.
Lai Venom.
Yes, so there's something, so the pilgrim has a little bit of concern regarding his weapon. So I don't know if it's just like,
please don't put that weapon near me, or why do you have that weapon? You're not supposed to have that weapon.
I don't know which one is which. But it's definitely an interesting thing to be carrying on one's person in a place like this. All right, we've got another witness to activate. They won't really be useful in terms of warping back and forth. They're only really useful if you want like a checkpoint or something to warp back to when you either like perish in the liquids or you die some other way. But in terms of warping, they don't really do too much because you're constantly moving about here, and most of the witnesses you'll come across will end up being hidden away by blocks or structures, and you won't be able to warp back to them by using the zoom function. Now, let's sprint a little bit past this guy. We won't talk to him. In fact, we might go past most of these pilgrims and just try to sprint our way across, because I'm in a little bit of a time crunch, and I want to try and get as far through this game as possible, at least further through where I got the last time I tried to record this. So straight up this hill. Eventually, we're gonna get to inside the city. So we go up the steps, up some more steps, and then up a lot more steps while admiring the cubic environment, which is always amazing to look at. And straight up, and then up some more, and then up this rickety little pathway. And then I think it's straight up here, if I can just run to it. Then pressing the button. And then straight up we go, and then I think through here we will eventually get into inside the city, or actually it might be a little further through. Actually, we should be coming across a door soon. I don't think that's supposed to be open. Let's see what happens when we try to get a little bit closer to it, because I feel like this was supposed to be a doorway, or maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe that's a little bit later. Okay, I must be mistaken. Sorry, never mind. So we just go through here. I thought we were supposed to go... No, this is a doorway that I'm thinking of. This doorway that has the icon from the main menu. Apparently this is meant to be some sort of like anthology of games, because the subheading for this game is the Maze Chronicles. Now I don't know if it starts from here or if it starts from games in the past. So we've got a gigantic face. I think we saw the back of that earlier in the episode. We've got some pots around us that I believe are like funerary urns, and the door just closed behind us. And then we've got a decrepit, rotting, skeletal man of sorts holding a cross of some kind. Now, we could talk to the pilgrims that are here, but the main one that I want to talk to is this funky-looking person here. That apparently, it looks like their head is actually exploding into what might be art.
Hear ye, young man of eminent beauty, peace be upon you. I am Sir Gregun. Knight of Surreal, at your service. Greetings, Sir Knight. My name is Choron. I just arrived in town. I'm looking for a young boy with red hair. Does that ring a bell? Alas, no. I saw children and young vagabonds pass by, but none of them fit that description. Is he a relative of yours? I see him in my dreams. Good heavens, you're dreaming! Such a rare gift. If this young man appears to you, it must indeed be the hand of destiny. I regret that I cannot be of assistance, for I have a quest of my own to complete. What kind of quest? Well, the Lords of Surreal have entrusted me to save the kingdom. I already overcame many perils on this long journey to reach Holy Kadath, and yet I still have valor to demonstrate. I cannot reveal more here, even to a being of such grace. Malicious ears may be listening. I understand. I must continue my journey, but I wish you luck. Likewise, stay flexible and be everything you can be. And then he disappears to go off to his noble quest. Now, if you wanted, you could go all the way around here and explore everything that this inner part of the city has to offer. And that might be a couple of things. There's definitely a lore pillar up there. I don't know if we can actually reach that, but if you wanted to try and explore it, you absolutely can. The world is practically your oyster. But what I want to do is continue moving forwards. But I don't think that's the way to go. The last time I tried to record this, I think that was a dead end. I believe we actually have to go this way. Running across the pontoons, or across the bridge first and then the pontoons. And then, was there anything over there? No. Just running across here. And, go over to that, witness there. And there's also a lore pillar again. We should be coming across, something interesting soon. Because there's supposed to be some sort of, gigantic black stone pillar. Not quite as gigantic as this, but, pretty big. And I think that's probably at the top here. Or maybe that thing over there. I think that's what we're looking for. Because it's, I think when we get close to it, it's supposed to be like a black obelisk of sorts. But right now, it's a little bit, shimmering in the lights. Maybe it'll have more form when we get close. Sprinting up the staircase. Then across here, and then we get to a sort of, central plaza-like area. Where there appear to be, two... I don't think they're gods. I think they're supposed to be priests of some kind. They're definitely a little bit more fancy-looking, compared to the bean counters, the pilgrims here. And when we get close to them... yeah, they're preachers. Lyrash, hear the stone. In whispers, it echoes our pleas. Those of us who have wandered the nomad lands and the outer circles. Hear the stone and join the resonance. Our voices will shake the thrones and shatter the long slumber. May the gods remember us. Lie. Are we supposed to touch the stone? Vi Sadash. Place your hand on the onyx surface and join your voice to our prayers. Okay, so they want us to touch the stone, which gets a little bit more black once we get close to it. I wonder if that is something to do with the graphics setting that I have on there. But, or maybe that's just an effect, I don't know. But when we go to touch it, I believe we get transported to another section of labyrinth. Now, is this going to give us text or no? Doesn't seem to be giving us text. I guess this is just going to be the scene that we will always see when we get ported to the labyrinth. So it's interesting to see, like, what is actually happening to us. Like, is this supposed to be dreaming for us? Is that how we get to this labyrinth? Also, can we activate this? Yep. Okay, so if something goes wrong, we can always port back to that. So, are we actually dreaming at this point, or is this something else at work here? Also, the Maze Chronicles symbol is on the ground, too. I don't think we have to go directly over to here. No, we have to go a little bit around. And then, we can activate this if we wanted. At least it'll give us a point. That pulsed as soon as that made the, oh wait, no. Let me just look. Okay, it kind of looks like it was, timed with this, but, no such luck. It just appears to be pulsing for some reason. I'm guessing we could probably interact with that, but I don't see where we could possibly go in order to reach it, unless we were somehow able to parkour our way across.
I feel like that might be a little bit difficult. But, I don't know. Depending on who you are, you might be able to get to it. There's also a disgruntled-looking mask face over there. There's a thing that we can't port to because we don't have it activated. And there is a symbol over there. I don't know if we can interact with it at all. But, I don't know. Let's... Wait, actually, can we teleport to it? We can teleport to it. Okay. And then we just move around here. Is there anything special across here? Not really. Wait, actually, can we... Oh. Well, I screwed up a little bit there. I was trying to reach the mask. I wonder if I can actually reach it. Hold on. Let me just port back to this. I have to actually zoom in before I can teleport. Then, let me just see. Let me go around here. I should be able to sprint and jump over to that. Good, and then we can talk to it for some reason. Hold on.
The realms of dreams are brought forth. An intricate convergence zone of circles within circles. Redundant. Stones convey vision. They alter awareness of time to elevate, illuminate, and guarantee access to the castle. The Ark, planted in the non-matter of the labyrinth. The final room, focused. You who travels this path, respect the law, accept the tyranny of fate.
I don't think we're the sort of person who will accept fate. Unless we're trying to, like, find our own destiny, which we were a little bit unsure of. What I just want to know is, what is our relationship with this, kid named Matthew? Straight through into the void. And then we get ported back to the Full Metal Alchemist room again. And then when we go close, the boy is there again. Alone, afraid. Suspended between oblivion and slumber. Yet he feels my presence. He fears me. What? There is a sharp noise. The pain as a black shard of onyx pierces my flesh, heart, and mind. The darkness rises to seize me once more. Yet for a brief, precious moment, I resist. Matthew. It always says Matthew at the very end. And then we come out of the other side with the obelisk completely turned white. Uh-oh. Completely turned white. And we can no longer interact with it. And also, it appears that It appears that everything around us has switched a little bit. I think it was sort of like a day kind of atmosphere to it, and this one's kind of more like evening and night. And also we have what appears to be Cthulhu, but as an elephant. I'm just going to run over here, grab the witness. There's no real reason for me to be doing so. I don't suppose that I can warp to any of these places. Almost makes me feel like I'm supposed to be activating something. Also, I think when I did that, yeah, my computer's going a little bit into overdrive, so I probably don't want to be near the edge of that place anymore, looking out. Let's just proceed forwards to. I think we're directly at the entrance to the holy mountain, maybe. Unless this isn't the holy mountain, and I'm thinking of something completely different. Street kid. Hey, sir, you okay? That's a weird place to put the apostrophe. Yeah, I saw you passed out for a while, so I'm fine, thanks. Tell me, have you by chance seen a boy with red hair? His name is Matthew? You know him? That depends. What's your business with him? Well, as a kid, I guess we might as well tell the truth. Ashes! I've heard stuff like that before, but I took them as jokes. Anyway, you don't seem like a funny guy, so I haven't seen him for days anyway. I'm after him too. We've been hanging out together, and with others, for a while now. Lots of kids get here on their own, so we stick together, you see. Can't you take me to him? I haven't seen him. You're not listening, huh? He's been talking about the castle a bunch lately. Been lurking around the gate. Sorry, I'm just a bit... Never mind, thanks. What's your name, by the way? I'm Ka, at your service, sir. You? Choron. Nice to meet you, Sir Choron. You need anything, I'm your man. I know the place like the back of my hand. We'll find Matthew for sure. If you know the place like the back of your hand, you are more like we would trust you a lot more than anyone else here, because holy crap, this place is huge. The boy smiles as he leaves, vanishing into the night. Alright, so I didn't realize that there was going to be an NPC there for us to speak to. The last time that I recorded this, or rather the first time that I recorded this, basically stopped there at the obelisk, and that was pretty much it. Alright, my computer's starting to die, or at least struggle, so let's hurry this up a little bit and try to get out of here. Got ourselves another witness, and then we have to go to this person. Are they gonna stop us? Is this gonna be another preacher? NieR! Lai Sarem, I saw something, and now the gate is open. Lai, you are blessed. To me, the gate remains closed and cold. You are blessed. May you reach the gods' gates and remind them of us. So I guess that obelisk is supposed to be some sort of test that that gate will only open if we're blessed enough to see it open or something. And a lot of the pilgrims that are behind us have not been able to get past that point. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so apparently we're blessed enough to go across that gate and go up this way. Would certainly be a bad idea for me to hold down the control button right now and lose all of my forward progress. Further running up the slope to the interesting statue in front of us. I don't know if we'll be able to interact with it. Oh, hello. So it's either going to be some sort of levitation ability, or it's going to be some sort of warp point. Let's get close to it and see. Talk. Tawil Atumur.
The Black Stone has awoken, shared its vision. We ask you, what are you seeking on this path?
A child calls to me in my dreams. His name is Matthew.
The child of the countless stars has crossed this threshold, guided. They will forever remain closed to you unless you attain enlightenment.
How am I supposed to do that?
5 stones lie beneath the sky. 4 are guarded by the monarchs. The last awaits its due time. Each stone convey its vision. They open the threshold. Follow the path marked with black stones. Then you shall find the child. We have spoken.
Wait, I have more. Okay, so I guess in order to get past this and to find the boy Matthew, we have no choice but to follow the guide of the black stones, try to overcome the monarchs or whatever the heck they are, and get these 5 stones. 4 of them are guarded by the monarchs, and the 5th is apparently yet to be seen. I wonder if it's gonna be like some weird. I wonder if it's gonna be some sort of like a gotcha thing where the stone has actually been with us the entire time. I feel like there was something like that. I don't know if it was a game or if it was an anime that I saw. Maybe it was like, maybe I'm thinking of Del Toro Quest or something like that. I don't know. Well, in any case, I only see one direction that we can go. Doesn't seem to be one over there, so I guess we just have to go this way. I guess we just go down here. I wonder if, like, if I up the graphics, the color will be different to what I'm seeing right now, because everything looks quite, whoa, everything's got a bit of a weird shadow on it now. But I guess the colors would probably, this is just due to the fact that it's still in early access, obviously, or that it's due to the graphics setting that I have down here. Unfortunately, I can't up it because I don't want my PC to die. Although eventually I will need to replace the memory, the memory cards is memory sticks, or is it memory sticks? What the heck would it? The RAM cards, whatever they are. I'd have to change those at some point because my my PC is a little bit struggling, even with trying to open up web pages. Kind of freezes a little bit. It freezes for like 15 seconds trying to open up Google for some reason, and I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. So, will anything happen when we go to this? No, but we can use it if we wanted to warp it all, I suppose. Okay, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at the landscape right there. It is beautiful, the landscape, but it's also quite destructive on my PC. So let's go through the void. We've got about maybe 6 minutes before we need to stop the episode and stop our first impressions. But we're doing well so far. Then opening this up, And then we've got another section of, I guess that's supposed to be our goal right there, with some trees sprouting out from it. We also have another obelisk with masks on it that we can speak to, as long as we don't miss the platforming. Jumping up, and then jumping up again. And we might be able to leap across here. Yeah, there we go. And then I think we need to talk to... Wait, actually, is that where we need to go? I guess we do need to go there.
A stone is awakened. The monarchs meditate on their thrones. They recognize the signs. A totem of death is in motion. The last one has come to save, destroy, dominate. You who walk the path, respect the law, for destiny awaits.
Cool, we'll be able to write our own destiny, I suppose. Alright, come on, just get a better handle of the sprinting, goddamn. Jumping up here, sprinting. Try to go as fast as humanly possible. I don't know if we'll come across any NPCs. Sprinting, jump, and then jumping again, and then I guess we've just got to go up here. And then where do we go next? I guess we got to go this way. And across here, and then across here. Then open up the witness, and then sprint it through the hallway. And whatever's gonna happen will happen when we run across this. Also, why is there a gigantic stretch of... What the heck? We can warp over there for some reason. I don't know why we would. I suppose we could try it. I don't know why we would need to be here. Going here was probably a bad idea, because I don't see anywhere that we can jump to that would do, like, anything beneficial to us, or for us. And now, what happens if I hold down the Q? Okay, so... Alright, that's pretty damn handy. I do like that. Alright, we'll ignore that bit and continue moving forward. Sprinting over to the pyramid. I guess when we go through that golden void, or whatever it is, we'll come across the monarch, or whoever it is that we need to speak to. It's almost giving vibes of Warframe, in a way. So... Look at the condition of the ground. It is absolutely glorious. Alright, running right through. And then we'll see what happens directly after it. On the other side. Oh. Okay, this is a very, weird environment right here. We've got a bunch of, critters that are dogpiling over there. I think I saw one body over there. And a bunch of faces that are... morphing themselves into each other. It's kind of giving vibes of, like, I think it was Visage in Expedition 33. So somewhere across here, I guess we just have to do a bunch of, sorry for the indigestion. A bunch of parkour platforming in order to get to the Monarch and then to the first stone. And there's something funky going over there. But, we kind of run out of time. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to stop the episode here. Alright, so that is our first impressions of Hypnos so far. So this game is in early access, so there is a lot that will be added to this game over time. But already it looks pretty damn amazing, apart from the fact that it's a little bit intensive on my graphics card. But the environment looks amazing. The NPCs look kind of nice. I think I'm more floored by the landscape than anything else, because goddamn, it looks amazing. It's like something out of... like a combination of Expedition 33 and NieR Automata. It looks amazing. The music is pretty alright. The puzzles might be okay. We haven't really come across any puzzles yet. It was just mostly platforming. But all in all, it looks pretty damn good. Obviously, some stuff will need to be fixed up in further updates. If you want to try this game out for yourself, I will put a link in the description for you to check it out on Steam. And I would like to thank both Redlock Studio and Future Friends Games, who were the promoters of this, for gifting me a review key for this game via PressEngine. So, thank you so much for stumbling onto one of the most average gaming channels out there. Like and subscribe for more, check the corresponding playlist, any of the recommended, or any of the links below. I'm the Average Rook, and I shall see you in the next episode. Until then, take it easy, and have a good rest of the day.